Okay, so let's coordinators. Any questions about any of that? Okay, so let's run through some stuff. So packet updates. Stay there. So this is really just some lots of options there. Very very excited about the Modest Mermaid. I think that's going to be a good time. And so, John, you cannot be the Modest Mermaid. That is unacceptable. And so, but look through that stage packet because basically we're giving you ways that you can introduce main points. We're giving you ways to review the memory verse. Again, we're giving you examples of humor. And just a word on how it's written. It's basically written as a monologue. And what you're going to do is, however many MCs you all have, you're going to have them and your stage director walk through this script, and everybody takes parts and just takes the different parts that they're going to own and say. But again, all the game times are in there, and everything else will get finished this evening and in the morning. So that'll be done. Worship, motion. We have motions for every song up. Activities is done. Small groups. I'm going to do a little bit more shifting. So John and Ashley, you and I have talked about this quite a bit. So after talking with Kelsey, we're going from 4 color teams to 3 color teams and just a traditional 20-20-20 rotation to give each of our color teams more time in the Bible story section and more time in the food section. And so that change is not reflected yet in that small groups packet. So again, that will also get updated in the morning. And so, have you all thumbs up? Have you all been able to look over all the packets? Any questions or anything that's unclear or that you feel like you don't have yet?
The only thing we didn't have is if we were going to have any themed food ideas for snack, or if it's just every man for himself.
It is every man for himself. Just crab one night, shrimp another, flounder another. Just anytime you can eat a member of the Little Mermaid cast, that's what you have.
Okay, we love it.
Citrus goldfish on another night because it's important to prevent scurvy. Yeah, I got no ideas on food, y'all. But good news, you go first. So when you crack that code, we'll just post your document on it. And if you all would like to have a sidebar and just have a more ridiculous brainstorming session, like right now, my brain is mush. And so I could come up with some absurd food ideas. Actually, pause. Kelsey's on here. Leslie's on here. Real quick, what are some other food ideas that you could do? Because we're just trying to feed them. Fish sticks. You can do fish sticks. Canned sardines. Most definitely. Tuna. Most definitely.
Okay.
Goldfish. Hey, if you're just snacking it up, of course you're going to do goldfish.
Is this a real question or a joke question?
No, it's a real question.
It's a real question.
Okay.
We haven't come up with any real answers other than goldfish.
Got it. Okay.
I'm thinking any kind of like parfait. Are you guys meal or snacks? Are you guys doing a full meal or snacks?
We're just snacks.
Just snacks. Okay. So yeah, goldfish one night makes total sense. Another, again, anything that's layered, right? Because we're talking about deep dive, and so if you wanted to do some sort of trifle in like plastic cups, now that's a huge amount of prep, but it would communicate going deeper and going into the layers. Night 2 is
Jello.
Yeah, for sure.
Jello's an easy one.
Night
blue,
2.
Blue Jello with stuff in it.
Night 2 is daily bread. And so little finger sandwiches is fine. You're also on that night talking about manna, which is what is it? And so anything that's strange and you just call it manna.
Twinkies.
Tell me why Twinkies. I love Twinkies. Twinkies are amazing.
Because they just look like a tiny loaf of bread.
Yeah. You could do yellow submarines out of Twinkies. You could give them different items and have them build a yellow submarine before they eat it.
I like it. That's awesome.
Other fun deep dive. Oh, any type of anything that looks like seaweedy, kelpy. I don't know if your kids would eat it. Oh, you know what you could do? Fruit roll-ups and then get cookie cutters so that they cut out different sea creature type things. That could be fun. Popsicles. What do you got, Leslie? Oh,
I don't know if you can see it, but they use Twinkies. I think those are Twinkies.
Yeah, they are.
Like Fruit Loops to make little submarines.
That's awesome.
Weird combination, but
Yeah. You got those tuna packets. You could just get tuna packets. I had my 8-year-old. I was eating tuna for lunch today, and had my 8-year-old try it. He was not a fan. It was even the Mediterranean tuna, and he was like, "Nah, none of this, none of that." Let's see. Night 3 is healer. Jehovah Rapha. The story is about leprosy. You could have food that looks like sores, like flesh sores, and then they eat them off their hand. Pepperoni, yes, little pepperonis, and you act like it's leprosy and you're chewing it off. Just remember, you asked for my help.
Is it still recording?
Oh, of course, 100%. We're putting this one down for posterity, man. Okay.
There's like a graham cracker, and you can do icing on it and goldfish and Fruit Loops and make a little under the sea thing.
Oh, like a little diorama, an edible diorama. Or if you don't want Fruit Loops, you could also just make it look like the beach, just like little blue icing. You could do beach graham crackers.
I've also seen where people take pudding cups and they do the crumbled graham crackers on top of it. Yeah.
Oh, that's redonkulous.
I feel like you should definitely incorporate the blue gummy sharks somehow.
Yeah. Okay.
This is an extra step, but they took banana.
And you could do an apple into a crab.
Oh, dear, that's a good time. Hey, but you definitely. So also on here, notice that there is a Dairy Queen spreadsheet. I think everybody has access to that. Just make sure that you get your numbers entered into that fairly soon, and just know what day you're using them.
Can you clarify on the Dairy Queen?
Yeah.
I think I read the text message weird, but is it so? Are the hot dogs and the foil wrapper free, or are we paying?
Are providing the hot dogs and the buns. And then I couldn't. Does anybody know the sleeves? They are paying for the sleeves as well, right? But condiments, napkins, everything else is on you. But they're just doing hot dogs, sleeves, and buns.
Was it a certain amount though? Because from Tamara's message, it had been that they were going to have to pay a portion. So
right. Well, and that's
how I read it too. They were going to cover a certain amount.
So here's an easy way to think about it. If you're doing it on a regular night of VBS, they're going to cover it all. That's their gift to us. If you're going to do it on family night, where you're gonna do parents and kids, that's what Tamara's doing. Then it would be best to offer to offset some of their costs, especially when you're as large as Conway. But I don't know if that conversation landed where, yes, Conway was paying part of it or not. And so I just know that they were offering. So use it for a regular night of VBS and just put the number down and don't even look back. Okay? Cool. And again, man, so grateful once again for Dairy Queen's generosity on this. And so when your parents are picking up whatever night you choose to use it, make sure that you let them know the generosity of Dairy Queen. Okay? All right. T-shirts. Hey, the design is coming this week, and we will need numbers quickly because we need to get that order in if we want to get the best pricing possible for everybody. And so Thursday will be a good thing. So the thing you got to decide with your crew is, are we paying, are we just buying it for our volunteers? Are we buying it for kids? What are we doing? And then you can see this spreadsheet. We're going to click into it real quick. We'll add all the sizes after it. And so you're just going to tell us how many of this year. And so, because your volunteers are really going to be set apart by lanyards. Lanyards again. Boop. And so also in this spreadsheet, if you'll click into it, I just want to explain what there is. You'll have volunteer lanyards. And those are those hard plastic ones. And if you need some more VBS, they're the name badges, but if you need some more lanyards, you can order those as well. And then parent print pieces, we finally have a number for that. So those are going to be about, let me look at this. I was looking at this earlier. I think they're about 50 to 60 cents each, depending on how many we order. And then you've got magnet packages or sticker packages. And I need to go back and clarify this because I thought we were going to offer a package that had one magnet, and I'm not seeing it on here. So you can order just the sub, or you can order all the main points and the sub, but I'm not seeing the option here for just the sub. And I'm not seeing any prices on this. Has anybody been told a price yet? Okay. Hold on one second. I'm sending the link to somebody. All right. My guess is everybody would like to know how much the magnets and stuff are. Is that accurate? Yeah. Okay. Write it down. I'll get that for you tomorrow. Okay. All right. Here's another document. This is from our friends at Conway. And basically, after some conversations of things you might give away or have as on a merch table, gifts for leaders, some large beach towels that you could then take and get them embroidered, baseball hats. The picture, yeah, there's the picture. I'm not that doesn't strike me as the Kevin Little style. It might be your leader style, but not mine. Snorkel gear, captain shirts, and team colors. I'll let you peruse that at your leisure. So, but again, getting the orders in with this spreadsheet it's going to be quick this week. So be thinking about that. I'll get you prices. I'll try to get you prices this evening. I'll text them to you rather than just putting them in the document. Because once I have time to kind of look back on some text messages, I think I already have that info somewhere. Okay, any question on packets, T-shirts, other items before we talk about check-in just a little bit? Bailey!
Hello. Apparently it doesn't like phone, but my laptop it'll work.
You made it. You made it. You're here. All right, so let's talk check-in just a little bit about how this is going to roll. So, let me share this so that people on the call can actually see it. Chrome tab. Boom. Okay, can everybody see these two registrations in West Little Rock? Can everybody see that? How about now? Can you see it now? How about now? How about nice? Okay. So real quick, here's the way it's going to roll is when I click into configuration, and I'm going to record this so that, and this will just be our little tutorial. You guys are going to get to see the actual attempt at trying this, so please stop and ask questions if you haven't. Click configuration. I really swear I am clicking it. There we go. And then down on the side, the very bottom, there's a tab for check-ins. Click into that. We are not doing station integration. Don't click that. Don't do that. We are not doing attendees and assignments. We are doing link attendees. So I'm going to click that button right there. Boom. Okay? And now this is what it's going to look like. The thing that's going to be, no, I don't need you to show me around. I'm good. You can see June 10th exists. I'm going to go into labels and locations. And then I'm going to say I have multiple locations. And the only thing I'm going to start doing is I'm going to go first grade and then whatever color that is. Yellow. Boom. Okay, grades. At that point, everybody should be in first grade if they're in first grade. Go back through. Don't require. Add a label. And we are going to do, oh man. There's going to be a VBS 24 label, but we're just going to put selections for right now. Click save. And add a label. And we're going to do add. And we're going to do pickup tag. And then you're going to repeat that for all your other grades. And then at the very bottom, close location. It's the same. This location is closed. We'll open it. I don't know even what that means, but we're going to open it right now. Opening it right now. And, oh, I see what, yeah, don't hit close location. Apparently that doesn't mean anything. Did anybody see the save button? Because that's what I was looking for. Okay, let's just click back into it and see what happens. Bam! There it is. And so, same thing, new location for the rest of them. Now, let's go back to our document. Okay, any questions so far? So you'll have first grade, second grade, all the way through to it. I'll stop sharing.
Does it need to say the grade, or does it need? Should we put going into?
Okay, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. In your registration, put going into. On your check-in, just put the grade, because the hope is that if you're running check-in, one of two things is going to happen. Either you're pre-printing the tags, in which case the person who's printing out the tags knows what it's supposed to be, or number two, you're having someone who's helping them manage that process, right? You've got a volunteer who is right there with them, and looking at it with them. So that makes sense. Okay. Any other questions about that part so far? So again, you don't need to put going into, because whoever is working that station or checking them in or whatever is going to tell them, hey, this is the grade they're going into. Plus all the registration, that's been our verbiage. So, and what it's going to be on the tag, so we want to keep it fairly short. Okay, so then the next thing that's going to happen, y'all, is they're then going to go into the room. So whether you're dropping off at a large group or in small groups, I prefer small groups. So in West Little Rock, they're going to go into, we have 3 colored team areas, so there's going to be 3 different drop-off parent places where parents will drop their kids. When they drop their kid, that color team leader is going to assign them to a small group. They hit a color team because of their age. They're placed in a small group based upon the availability and the size of the small groups in that room. And so let's say they walk in and Matt Devine has openings in his group. And so the color team leader is going to be like, little Johnny, you're with Matt Devine. And Matt Devine is the Yellow Otters. The Yellow Otters. And so if you'll check out, so when little Johnny comes and greets and enters Matt's group, then Matt is going to write his name down on the small group roster. You can click in if you want to see that document. And so Matt is going to keep that down. And you'll notice that he has a chance to mark down 1, 2, and 3. So he's keeping track of who's making which nights. And you can see that every color team, every small group is a color plus a creature. And so he's going to write that down. And then he's going to take this little stamp here. You'll see the precious little otter there. He's going to go stick it into the yellow self. Anybody else who's just around knows that if I see a stray kid with a yellow otter, I need to go find Matt Devine and be like, hey, you lost something, and get them back together. And so that's kind of our plan. It's going to simplify check-in and make sure that it's ready to go for you as soon as your event begins. And it's going to allow the sorting hat to be in the room rather than somebody sitting at a desk sorting out kids. So if two...
I had a question.
Yeah, go for it.
How much should we take into account? Because I've already had a text from a parent, like them saying, "Can I be in that group because my friend's in that group?" Because we kind of did that last year, and then it ended up being like, I think we didn't necessarily want like only boys and only girls, but it ended up being that way.
Sure.
So,
Sure. Well, and so I think the answer is yes, and that's why you're sorting on location.
okay.
Because what that means is you're going to communicate to your color team leader, hey, this is what we're going for. We're looking for this size group, and we're looking for this kind of mix. And so when they come in together and they say, hey, like, and so I think one of the things you communicate is if you want to be in the same group, you need to arrive together.
Okay.
Like, I think that's the best wording and communication, and that may be something that we all go look at our kids check-in and add that as the FAQ. What if I want to make sure my kid ends up in the same group as his buddy or whatever? Then say, yes, the only way we can guarantee this is if you arrive together the first night of VBS.
Got it. Okay. Sounds good.
Love it. Any other questions just about check-in? And then, so night 2, your color team leaders will need to check with everybody and just kind of see how big everybody's roster was for night 1. So you kind of know where your margins are. Like, so that as new kids come in who don't have a group, right? Because they're just going to go back to their leader. Night 2, like if you have a small group leader, just hop back into your small group. Night 2, if there's new kids, now again your color team leader is the one who's managing who's going where.
So Kevin,
Yes, John.
Ashley is the planner in the family, and so she had all of our small groups and their labels set up and registrations last year, and everybody assigned
Yes.
before they arrived.
100%.
Is there any down? I mean, it worked fairly well last year. We had a few kids that wanted to swap to different groups when they got there, and we accommodated that pretty well. We just went into registrations and changed it.
Perfect.
But it's pretty easy then to just reprint, and keep track of where the kids were. So,
Yeah.
do you see any downside to us to continue to set up that way?
Okay, if that's the way you want to do it, great. The only thing that will once again, it won't be managed at check-in. Like, we're not going to do it to where the assignment is going to show up on your tag. If that makes sense. It's still just going to be first grade in their color team.
Okay.
And so then if you want to do that ahead of time and have that information available to your color team leader, so they're then sorting them as it sees fit there. What we're trying to do, John, is we're trying to keep it on the back end, outside of VBS, we're trying to keep things as simple as possible. So we're trying to eliminate as much of anything ahead of time that we can, and do it more on site. So 100%, that's totally okay. Just make a printout of that, and then as kids come in, have your color team leader assign it, and then do that same tag thing as they come in, where you're using the stamp on them.
Okay. So we want to not do that in the system like we did last year. Just do the grade assignments in the system.
So you can do that, but someone at your campus will need to know how to do that, because it's so. First time doing registrations and check-in, we learned a lot of different things, and one of the things that we learned was to do the way we had it set up. We did check-in and registrations, and it just got wonky on us real fast. And we're thinking this is going to be less wonky. That's a technical term. And so, yes, you can do it. And the way that you would do it, okay, I'm gonna let you do it. Here, I'm gonna show you very quickly how to do it. Did you already know how to do it, John? Did you see the button?
No, I have not seen how to do it.
Okay, watch this. All right, if you want to do it that way, because what this is going to do is it's going to sync not only your attendees, it's going to. Now, I will thoroughly test this one. It looks like it should work. It looks like it should work, and it says that it's check-in locations based on your assignment types. Everybody's reading the same thing I'm reading, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, again, this is the plan. This is the one that will be tested. All that. This is how I think it will work. If you guys want to give that a shot, let me know. If it works, but that's what we're looking at. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. We all good to keep moving from check-in?
Do we have an update on the printers from campus development? I know you said that you needed to check. I didn't know if Celine was still going to be able to get 3.
Okay, yeah. So thank you, because that's something I do need to put in this and remind everybody of is, okay, so we're referring to Russellville as week 0, and we're referring to week 1 as the VBS Mega Week, or AKA Kevin's Big Mistake. Whichever term you would like to use for week 1, I prefer VBS Mega Week. That's the one that there's going to be some challenge to. Leslie, you're going to be taken care of. No problem. The entire campus development team is right now engaging their brains, trying to figure out how to get you a printing station on your campus. And then I really do think get everybody to use their phone with Wi-Fi turned off. And that way, the only thing that's using, and again, it's going to be even better if we can get it hardwired. And I know Seth is thinking through a solution. Michael Monroe is involved in a solution. They're trying to come up with something. And so right now we have 3 cases of computers. And so one of those will be in Fort Smith. One of those will come to you. One of those will be at GLR. And then we're taking some Surface tablets that West Little Rock has from our setup. We're adding 3 printers to that to make another tub. So we'll have a 4th set of 3 that can then go out to Fort Smith. When it comes to people support, that might be a little thinner. And so we're still trying to wrap that. We sent that into campus development. If you, and I think Russellville's already done this, if you're on any week except week 0 or mega week, because those have already been sent in, go ahead and send in a campus dev at newlifechurch.tv request that says VBS check-in support on, and then your dates. Because what that's going to allow you to do. So Megan, you should do that if you all want to do that support. If you're just planning on using your hardwired check-in stations, great. The reason that campus development is so kind to offer this support is because they don't want anybody touching their permanent check-in systems. Apparently, I have a bad reputation of breaking things to make them go where I want them to go and do what I want them to do. And they have asked to never do that. They've asked me to never do that again. And I have said, I'll try. But I want things to do what I want them to do. Anyway, so again, if you're watching this later, campus dev at newlifechurch.tv, and then subject heading VBS support, VBS check-in support for and your dates. And then, tell them give them your contact information, and they can reach out and they'll get it all coordinated with you from there. So, any other questions about check-in? And so, Leslie, does that make you feel confident and good?
Yeah. Our other question, which this might be for someone else, but we had those 2 printers that we purchased last year.
Yep.
I know you said Microsoft tablets work. Do Chromebooks work by chance? Because our campus was thinking about ordering devices for those printers just so we could have more, but I didn't know what worked with those printers. I knew you said that Macs wouldn't.
That's a great question. Bailey, do you know the answer to that?
I think that it was just there's not Mac drivers for it.
Yeah.
So as long as it's a Windows-based computer, it should work. I do know that we've had some problems with Chromebooks or smaller laptops because they're constantly pinging the internet back and forth. And so if you have a lot of network issues, that could be a problem. If you email campus dev about that question, Michael will look into it and tell you, though.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Okay. Any other just general questions, needs? Anything else that's kind of lingering that we can put in the questions section?
Yes.
Love it. Let's hear them.
I know we asked last meeting. Do we have an update on when Pro Presenter package would be ready?
Update on And the answer is, I'm sticking to it, the Sunday before your VBS.
Can they give us any of the backgrounds or anything like that? I was talking with lighting. They want to get like ahead on programming some of the lighting and just what that would look like. Can they give us any previews for that so we can get started on the lighting programming?
Okay. And you would like those just now?
Whenever,
Okay.
just maybe some of the. I don't know. Have we seen the motion videos yet? Possibly, and then any of the graphic backgrounds for the slide decks, or just any what the theme's going to be, just overall, so we know kind of how to theme the lighting colors.
Gotcha. Okay, so there's two things I would do. Give them the decor pack.
Okay.
Because you'll see some images in there that show the coloring. I'm planning on whatever they have as the backdrop, just using those as backgrounds for the lyric videos. So the lyric videos are not going to be real crazy, as far as I know. And then also have them look at just all the graphics that are already out, right? Like look at the volunteer registration image, look at the kids registration image, and when they start looking in there, they'll see the colors that are going to be prevalent in the graphics coming out, because that color scheme is pretty much locked in.
Okay.
And so everything should match that color palette. So if they want to start matching that as they're thinking through lighting, and so real quick, they are starting now. Okay. And would like a sneak.
Lighting and all that. They've already asked me for all that stuff too.
Okay, say that again, Leslie. Oh, they're asking the same questions?
Yeah, like they want all the lighting plans and all that stuff.
That makes sense, right? And so let me, while we're sitting here, let me send a text about that. Stage. Okay, volunteers can program lights, etc. Whoa. Okay. Bam. All right. Got the question in. As soon as I hear back, I'll shoot that to y'all. And as those things come together, I'll do that. John and Ashley, who do y'all have that would build ProPresenter out for you on your campus?
We're actually excited this year. Well, I mean, we're excited every year, but about the tech and production side, because that came out wrong. But we're excited this year about tech and production. You know, we normally get a couple of volunteers for tech and production, and it's just like. But this year we've got 8 people for tech and production. That is just like what I would call the dream team. It's like everybody that knows everything about everything behind the stage, and you know everybody wants to work VBS. So they're just now they're saying, okay, what do we do? And so we've got the people that can manipulate and do whatever we need for ProPresenter. We just need a place to start. And so we don't having the slides the Sunday before is kind of makes us nervous. And you know what I mean? It doesn't give you a lot of time to change anything.
I do. So here's what I'm doing. I'm checking the directory to see if there's anything in it from creative. Then also, your folks would rather get the slides as soon as we have them, rather than us put them together as a pro presenter bundle and then get them to them. It seems like they're chomping at the bit and they just want, give us the folder and we'll put it in the right order.
Yes.
Okay.
We can do that.
Then if you all will do me a favor, and when they get those organized into pro presenter, playlists, if they could bundle those out and put them in and send them to me, that'd be great. Because then we'll just take yours and put them up in the. So I will get them to you as soon as I have any idea that they're coming.
Okay.
And you
Great.
guys will click export bundle for me. Cool. It's good.
I'd love to.
It's good. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Let's go.
Teamwork.
Makes the dream work. Let's go. And then Celine's just gonna have to calm down. I'm kidding.
For the problem campus.
No. You are how to say this? Eager. You are.
Listen, we had a VBS meeting last week for volunteers. and
Yeah.
Probably within a couple hours, we got like 90 sign-ups. So the eagerness is paying off. Okay.
Wow. 90 volunteers. That's amazing, Leslie.
And normally that doesn't happen until like closer to time. So getting people excited. My team's just a little too excited.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, next 2 weeks, it's time to get kids signed up, and so it's happening, y'all. So every campus at the Mega Week, the VBS Mega Week, you have a stage announcement happening at Mother's Day, which is pretty darn exciting. Since Mother's Day, mothers, by their very nature, have kids. I don't know if you've pondered that ever. And so it's going to be very fun because there's a big woman announcement and a big VBS announcement, and it's going to be fun to see how each campus navigates that. And then also start having volunteer meetings, make sure those get scheduled and communicated well. So over the next 2 weeks, make sure that you're sending questions and needs to me, and I'll try to remember to post those to Slack just so there's a record of them. And then next, we'll meet in 2 weeks, but we won't, because what I'm going to do is I'll send out an agenda to our normal text thread, and but it won't be a video call. It'll just be a video where we communicate all the things that are going on. So if you send me your questions by Saturday morning, I'll try to get them answered by Saturday afternoon, and that video will be up. And we're doing that because it just happened that the next 2 weeks that we're all meeting, I will be taking each of my young boys on adventures. And it just happened to fall on those times. And so, again, then once you watch that video, if you'll just use the questions section of our document, I'll make sure that it's a link that gives you access to edit. And then you'll just add any questions that you have after watching the videos that can help make sure you get what you need. Okay.
I know that you said that you were going to give the t-shirt design. We'd have the t-shirt design this week, but do you happen to know what colors those are? We just don't want to make our color teams the same color as
that's a great point. Honestly, I don't know, Leslie. I don't know what it is, but that's a great consideration. Yeah, I haven't seen any. I haven't heard anything, seen anything, and so I have no clue. It's actually a tie-dye with all the colors. Is that going to be a problem?
Hey, if it's all the colors, then it's fine.
Oh, yeah. Because if everybody's special, nobody's special, right? Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. As soon as I find out. Okay. Here's what I got. Right now, those are slotted to be done at the end of the month. So, well, that's good. I mean, no, you'll have a week. You'll have it's better than my answer. It's it's better than my answer. Again, I'll see if I can push and get any kind of look and consideration of. But again, I'm telling you, tell your lighting people, tell everybody like these colors are locked in. They will not design outside of this palette. And so use this palette to start working and designing for lighting. So, okay. All right. Any other questions? Okay. Man, y'all are doing a great job. Keep it up. And again, shoot me any questions. I'm gonna get as soon as we get off. I'm gonna find those prices for magnets and stickers. And what about a sub-only option? Okay. So I'll look at that, and then we've already got that update. Awesome. Hey, be praying. Tuesday, have we looked at the parent piece at all, y'all? Golly, it's 4:50. We'll talk about it in 2 weeks. It's not pressing, but it's one of the things I'm most excited about. So Tuesday, here's some things that are coming up on the backside that y'all can be aware of. Tuesday, so we're creating this parent piece that it's going to be a gift that we can give to, and basically it's like a map that parents can use to keep going. And so it has 4 different layers where each of the names of God continues to be further explored. And so there'll be a QR code where they can explore, they can revisit the narrative video, which will have a small piece of the Bible story to it. There's going to be a model prayer that basically, how do you invite God to be victory in your home? How do you invite him to be provider in your home? How do you invite him to be peace in your home? How do you invite him to be healer in your home? And there's going to be another QR code that is an invitation to family adventures. And when you click that, it's going to take you to a video done by 4 different Kid Life pastors who are basically going to quickly kind of re-explain the name and then give you some ideas of adventures you might go on a family that allow you to bring up Jehovah Nissi, that allow you to bring up Jehovah Jireh, that allow you to bring up Jehovah Rapha, and the different names of God, and keep that conversation going. And so each of those names has those 3 pieces, and then it has magnets or stickers that you can use to complete it. So either you can put it on the fridge, or you can post it up next to their bed, and you can use it to kind of tell the story as you kind of go on. But again, that's just kind of keeping it going to one of the things God's been telling us, which is VBS has to impact outside of the 4 walls of the church. And so that's part of what we're doing. So we're filming those pastor videos on Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday night, we're doing a table read with the cast of the videos. And then Thursday, all day, we are filming those narrative videos. And so just be praying over that. Have you all seen those scripts of the narrative videos? Okay, I see some heads shaking. I think it's on the link. I think if you go to the overview and links, you can click into it and you can see kind of where we're going and what we're planning on doing. But yeah, so be praying for that, because that's always a good time. All right, I never like to cross the hour barrier on these calls, but man, we had a lot to talk about. Everybody feel good? Feel like you got good information, good path forward? Okay. Last chance. Anything else? Okay, Bailey, are you talking to me or are you talking to somebody else?
I was talking to my husband who was asking how much I missed. And I was telling him it's okay, it'll be recorded. I can watch the first part on
It's
the
recorded.
video.
It's on the agenda. I'm just trying to take care of y'all. Just trying to take care of y'all. All right, well, go away. Love you guys. Go spend time with your families. Go hang out. Bye.